Good morning. Peace and blessings. How's everybody doing today? I am here and um, we are, I'm still working on my technology stuff. So I've been in the process of really trying to figure out what really works. Um, and so happy solstice. We're in the winter solstice today. And today's a Mars day, and Mars is currently at the fifth degree of Sagittarius. So, Mars, Mars is the energy that governs our how we embody life. It literally is, it's this, right? This is Mars. It's like your body moving through. It's Mars is the masculine. Your physical form is present in the earth realm, which is the masculine. This earthly realm is the masculine expression. And so Mars is the energy that gives us power to move these bodies and embody life and take actions and have experiences. Every planet is important. Every single one has something that is necessary that we couldn't function without. And Mars is our bodies. And so this opportunity to really to understand how the planets work inside of us and how they work through us and with us is a real gift, because when you understand that, when you understand that there are forces, and we believe that the forces are external, but the forces are internal. They're external and internal, but they're internal first. That's why when I look at somebody's natal chart, I'm like, oh, this is your contract with the universe. This is what you said yes to doing here. This is why, this is why your natal charter, where the stars were at the time of your birth, or where the stars are when you meet somebody, where the stars are when you first, where the stars are when you first kiss someone, all of those things are really significant. And everything, we think things are mistakes, or we think things are, like, oh, this happened. Everything is in perfect alignment with our relationship to the planetary bodies. And the astrology doesn't tell you how it will express in this physical reality, but astrology tells you the energies that are present to be expressed. And that is what is most significant. It's like, how do these energies work, right? So Mars energy works through our bodies, through our attraction, through our masculine energy, through how we, how we function here in the earth realm. And Mars is currently at the fifth degree of Sagittarius. And here's the thing that I love about astrology is that it's all geometry. It's all math. It really is. And I was not a math person when I was in school, but I can see the rhythms, all the cycles, and it's all numbers. It really is, right? And so we have had Mercury has gone through Sagittarius, the Sun has gone through Sagittarius, Venus has gone through Sagittarius, and now Mars is moving through Sagittarius. And Mars is the last one. And Mars is when all the energy comes into your physical body, right? So at the very end, Mars follows behind. Mercury, the mind, that went. The Sun, your identity. All those got new energy. And then Venus, your emotions. And now Mars into the body. So literally we are now embodying this Sagittarius energy that we have been working with for the last several months, because all these other planets have been going through it anyway, right? So Sagittarius is about truth. It's about expansion. It's about faith and your vision. That's the thing about Sagittarius. Sagittarius in the Western astrology, they call it your religion, but it really is how you access God. What is it that you do to access God? Maybe you hug trees. Maybe you do yoga. Maybe you breathe deep. Maybe you count the stars. What do you do to access God? Nobody can tell you what that is. Nobody can suggest to you how you should access God. That's what we call man-made religions, which are here to control and manipulate and literally extract our energy so that we don't go internal to God. Every time when I think about what the world has been for the last several thousand years, and what white supremacy, like it is amazing. A whole spell has been put on the entire world. A whole spell has been put on the entire world that we believe that God is external. It is like sometimes I sit and I'm doing meditation or studying. I'm like, these motherfuckers convinced the whole world that God was external. It's just miraculous. It's just miraculous. Like they got away with it. It reminds me very much of, there's this biblical, like the story of Job, right? And the story of Job is that God gave the devil permission to really torture Job and believe and said, because he's my faithful servant. He will never ever ever leave me no matter what you do. And to me, that's what this sort of experience of white supremacy has been. It's like God unleashed white men unto the world as the devil and said, go and let's see who has faith. Let's see who loves me. Let's see who will not abandon me. And because here's what the thing is, the abandonment is because the physical world is so bedazzling. The physical world is like, so when things are coming undone in our physical life, we get so caught up. But that physical world is not the real world. The physical world is the illusion. So the devil has had the opportunity to just have his way in this physical world reality. And those of us who count ourselves, count our worth in the physical world, who count our value in the physical world, that is the challenge, because the physical world is the illusion, right? And so, that has been the interesting thing. I just sort of always put stories together and mythology and all of that sort of stuff, because we are just living out the mythology. That's what's happening here. Yes, the material or the illusion. That's right, or the Maya, right? The Maya. So Mars in Sagittarius is about living your truth. It's about the embodiment of your truth. It's embodiment of your faith. The embodiment of the power that gets you to God. The embodiment of your vision. And one of the things that is so important for us to really understand and recognize sincerely is that we have to open up for these things to come to us. Nothing happens, you have to say yes to your gifts. You have to be willing to engage with the ancestors and the healing and the transformation. It's not going to happen to you magically. And that's the thing that was my biggest trick, right? I really thought that if you just believe, then something would, yes, but if you believe, you have to take an action. If you believe, you have to actually do something. That was the thing about, for me, in this relationship with Jesus Christ. It was like, like if I believe, then this deity is going to do all the things for me well, how's that going to work, right? And that was what I felt. I felt like Christianity really dumbed me down. I felt like Christianity really said, don't worry about anything. Jesus is going to do it for you. And in that, it was almost like an abdicating of my own responsibility. But that's because they don't teach what Jesus really, they teach it incorrectly. They teach it as if it's something external, when really the Christ consciousness is within you. It is your own imagination. It is your own ability to see something in a new way. It is your own ability to transform something from the inside out. And that is what the Christ presence really is. And it's just totally mistaught in, at least in Black churches. Maybe it's taught right in white churches, but in Black churches it's totally taught in a way that extracts our energy and keeps us seeking outside of ourselves. So with Mars in Sagittarius, and the fifth degree is the degree of extension. Yes. Okay. So with Mars in Sagittarius, it's about extending ourselves. It's about becoming who we're really here to be, embodying the truth. It's really simple. Today is the solstice, it's the longest night of the year. The day will start to grow beginning tomorrow, and we are going to be taking on light. More light will be coming in. And so, literally, this holiday that they call Christmas is really the celebration of light. It is the light coming into our systems, to our own psyche. It is the Christ consciousness awakening in us. It is awakening in you. You are the risen one. You are the light bearer. You are the one. When they see me, they see the Father who has sent me. You are that. You are that. And so the more you can embody that, because Mars says, embody the truth of who you are, embody your vision, embody the God presence within you, the God Goddess presence. And when I tell you, it is so important to understand that there are practices and tools that we can use, because when this embodiment is a real physical thing in your body. It is not just a mystical, like, it is a physical thing. And so learning to breathe and learning to open your chakras and learning to shift your energy and heal like all of those things are part of this experience of what they call enlightenment, or becoming the Christ, or becoming God on planet Earth. Everybody has access to it. Everyone can do it. No one is special. No one is better. None of that. Like, anybody can access this. If you want to be God in your life, you can do it. And if you don't want to do it, somebody else is going to do it. So it's important to understand that. You're either going to do it or somebody else is going to do it for you. There is no in between, right? So literally, if you want that, you have to actually begin to take the steps to live your life in that way. And it means taking full responsibility for everything going on in your life, for absolutely everything, because you recognize that consciousness is the creator of all things. And so when you recognize that this system is driven by consciousness, it is an energetic based system that is driven by consciousness, then you know that your consciousness has created the world that you are embodying right now. And if that world is not in favor with what you would like it to be, then your consciousness can shift it. And you have the ability to do it. It is a step-by-step process. It does not happen overnight, but it is a guarantee if you want it. If it is you, it is as ready and available to you as the sun. The sun might be setting, but it is surely going to rise, right? So you can heal yourself. You can become God in your own life. You can become the one that when they see you, they have seen the Father, Mother, God that has sent you. You have the tools within you to do that. It is accessible to you, and all you need to do is want it. I remember when I told you guys how I grew up in a family. My grandfather owned it. My grandfather had a church. He was a pastor of a church. By the time he died, and then my grandmother, somebody else became the pastor, but it was still my. And I actually think I might be my grandfather reincarnated, honestly. But and I remember the altar calls on Sundays, right? It's like, here, come on now. If you wanna be saved, right? And this is the thing. It's the same thing, but the altar is inside of you. The altar is inside of your own heart and your own consciousness. So you can accept the Christ consciousness inside of yourself. You don't have to believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Nope, that's not what you have to do. You have to believe that you are your own Lord and Savior. You have to believe that you are the hero in your own life, and you have to really be willing to live into that truth. You have to be willing to die to the old. You have to be willing to be born to the new, resurrect your own self, your own self, your own Christ consciousness. It is within you. You were born with it. You carried it for many lifetimes, and you've probably even accessed it in lifetimes before. So it's readily available if it is what you choose to desire for yourself. And really, yes, there, like, I, in my own journey and work, I have worked with teachers and all sorts of things. But at some point, I got to a place where it was like, okay, I'm either going to trust that this is where I'm supposed to be, or I'm going to continue to be in this circle of seeking and never finding. And the thing that I will tell you that is the hardest part is fear. There is such a deep fear that we have a fear of ourselves. We have a fear of, can it really be this good? Can it really be that I am God? Is it true? Like, it's so hard to conceptualize that from the pain and the suffering and all the things that you've went through and all the things that you've done and all the things, it's so hard to believe that even in all of that, you are still the one. You are still the one in all that you've done and all the things that you think you fucked up and you still the one. It ain't never too late for you to become God in your life. Because if you don't do it, somebody else will do it, but you will still need to do it. You have to become realized. Like, it's not going anywhere. It will follow you for lifetimes. You can not do it this lifetime. It's cool. All right, see you next time, because you have to come back and do it the next time. And you carry the energy with you. The energy doesn't go away. So however intense it is this lifetime, you can surely put it off. Absolutely. I understand. Put it off, because guess what? You will have to come back and face the same thing in your next lifetime. It doesn't matter. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's all good and it's all beautiful. But ain't nobody coming but you. I'm waiting on you. You waiting on you. We all waiting on you. And so today is a great day to decide to become who you're here to be. And while this is the longest night of the year, and you can spend some time being with your sadness or your shadow or your fear, and then wake up tomorrow morning resurrected, like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And you don't have to know what to do or how to do, but you do have to ask spirit. You have to say, okay, I don't know what to do or how to do, but I'm going to ask you to show me the way. And it's inside of you. Speak to the part of you that's inside of you and say, help me. And you will be helped. You will be heard. You will not be left alone. You will not. And you can begin the process of embodying the Christ consciousness that is within you. And, because we all need it, and we all need it right now. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. Where's the moon? The moon is in Cancer. Yes, the moon is in Cancer. And Cancer is about coming home to yourself, right? Coming home to the fullness of yourself. The sun just moved into Capricorn, so we are about to really go through we're about to go through some really intense energy for the next, it's going to be going on a while. It really is. So, since it's good, here's the thing. I always like to say, whatever I'm putting off, it ain't going nowhere. It doesn't matter. If I put it off, it's not going anywhere. So I may as well start doing it now. I may as well, because it's not going anywhere, right? It's like just give yourself the opportunity to really be with what's going on. Be with the hard things. Trust yourself enough to be with the hard things. There are lots of hard things that are in store for us in the next several months. But when you do them, I'm telling you, literally, it's like labor pains. And when you push that baby out, that baby has changed the world forever. And you will be changed forever if you just do the hard stuff. Just do it. And if you need support, I'm willing to hold your hand and rub your back and be your doula as you give birth to yourself. That is what I can do. That is what I am here for. That is why I have done my own work, so that I can support people in doing their own. Let's see what's present for me today. I actually feel pretty good. I am, that Gemini full moon, like, wow, like that Gemini full moon really showed me some, like, how intimate it is, the creations of the mind. And I have been saying to someone in my life that I have been saying to them, because they say it to me, I have been saying it to them, I miss you. And and whenever they would say it, and I would say it back, I would go, don't say that, don't say that. But I'm a Pisces rising, and I'm easily influenced. And so I started saying it. I miss you. I miss you. And sure enough, literally created a space between us where the missing became real, because what we speak in Gemini becomes the truth. Right. And so I had to start saying, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful I have access to you. Because the Gemini energy is, when you say, let there be light, like I said, you are God in your life. And when you say, let there be light, whatever you say, let there be wealth, let there be love, let there be fear, let there be whatever you're saying it in your mind. Your mind is not going to be saying let there be fear, but your mind will think fear thoughts. And that is like saying let there be fear. Or your mind can think joy thoughts, and that is like saying let there be joy. Or your mind will think scarcity thoughts, and that is like saying let there be lack. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like your mind will be telling stories. And so it's really important to recognize that in this Gemini energy, you are creating your reality. You are creating it. And so I caught that in a conversation that I was having with somebody around, I miss you. And I was like, oh, and then they were gone. And I was like, what's going on? And I heard myself say, you've been saying you miss them. And look at now, you're missing them. And I was like, oh, mama's power is working. Because the perception, you want to be able to see the perception. You want, like, I could trace back really, okay, reorganize that and put out another reality. Put out another reality. So this is really important. So, all right, the Venus retrograde class starts tomorrow. For those of you who are really interested in learning how to reclaim your emotional power, this class starts tomorrow. And then I am also going to be starting the 13 Moons class again. And I believe it's going to start on it's going to start in about 5 days from now. And so if you're interested in any of that, I just started a Mighty Network. So I'm going to be able to have all of my content in one place. Oh, I'm so excited. Just one place, Mighty Networks, classes. I'll still be doing these videos, but everything will be in that one spot. You guys will be able to be there and decide how you're going to participate. And I'm super, super, super excited. So you guys can look forward to that. But register for the Venus in retrograde class, because that class is going to really help you take your emotional power back. Really, those yearnings and desires and love and places, people that you're holding on to, and things and experiences, and he would have and she should have, and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff needs to be released and let go of, because that is your energy. That is your life force. And if you're giving it to things like regret and all that sort of stuff, it's draining you. So come sign up for the Mercury retrograde class. All right, not Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde class. Peace and blessings, you all. I am going to go. I don't know how to end this here. Let's see how to do that. I'll figure that out. Peace and blessings, everyone. Okay.